Okay. All right. So this is our Let's Keep Moving meeting. So I'll tell you a little bit about our presenters tonight. First, we have Dana Murray. She's a balanced. She's from Balanced Body Studio of Maitland, Florida. She specializes in corrective exercises and working with special populations. She's a wife and mom of 3 great kids. Business owner, student, and animal lover, certified in fitness, Pilates on all apparatuses, and yoga for all fitness levels. With over 30 years of expertise in the field, she started teaching group fitness of Gold's Gym when she was 17. Her love of movement has saved her life many a times, and she loves sharing passion with others. She has a bachelor's of exercise and sports science from University of Florida, and an MS in applied physiology and I'm probably getting that word wrong, kinesiology, also from University of Florida. And Vanessa and her became very good friends about 5 years ago, and here they go together. But next is going to be Vanessa, who was diagnosed with LOPD in late December of 2014. After receiving her diagnosis, she learned that many things with the disease were out of her control, but also proper nutrition and exercise are things that she could control. Along with ERT, they can have a major impact on maintaining important daily functions as well as long-term outcome. She has incorporated these into her lifestyle and enjoys sharing her exercise expertise with others in the Pompe community. Tonight, we are excited to present a few exercise videos from some of our Pompe friends. A huge thank you to the following participants: Karen Kakaris, Jake Blanchard, myself, Sean Kelly, Sean Dwyer, and Stephen Cranks. Let me get the first one up here.
All right, thanks, Sean. We'll be presenting both seated and standing exercises tonight. As usual, please consult your physician before starting any exercise routine. Please remember that prescriptions for these reps, sets, and times are negotiable. Modify as needed and do what you can. Some movement is better than no movement. And Sean, will you start the first video? That's Karen.
Yes, I'm trying to.
Thank you, Karen, by the way. You did an awesome job.
Firm chair with your back straight. Put your hands out like this.
Can't hear it or see it, Sean.
You can't hear or see it?
We can see a picture, but it's not moving.
It's playing on my end.
Hi, you want to be sitting in a really
Okay. I
firm
don't know why
chair
it's.
with your back straight.
Hold on a second. It's playing on my end, so I don't know why it's not.
No.
Are you sharing that screen though, that the video is on?
Just for 20.
We see your screen and all the different clips.
Right,
but
we
none
see the clips.
Yeah,
Run it.
okay.
Firm chair with your back straight. Put your hands.
I don't know why it's showing like that then.
Firm position.
Hold on a second. Let me try and do this another
Yeah, I
way.
think you have to click on the frame that the video is showing on and share.
Yeah, I am. I'm. Let's see if I can get a. Hold on.
You want to do this?
Any better?
You want to be sitting
Is that
No.
working? Oh,
Nope.
firm chair.
still no?
We can hear it in the background from your, from you, but what we're seeing
But
is
it's
just
still not?
files. Yeah, we can't see the video.
Do you have multiple screens, Sean?
You said
No, I only have the one. Oh. No, I have the one screen. That's it.
you want to do this for 3 seconds.
And when you click to share, are you clicking on the video screen and not your files?
No, I opened up the file.
Firm chair.
No, you need to click on whatever screen the video is showing on, where on your end where you see it, you have to click on that screen to share it.
Side to side.
That's what.
Do
Okay,
this for 20 seconds.
let me see. Let me try this one more time here.
Okay.
Want to do
You may have clicked to share a particular window and that was your
Right.
Finder window and not
Right.
your screen.
There,
you go.
there you go.
That
Yep,
was it.
Okay.
yep,
That's-
that's what you did. Yep.
All right.
firm chair with your back straight. Put your hands out like this, like a firm position. and
Can you guys hear it?
twist.
Can you turn it up, Sean?
You do this for 20 seconds.
Well,
Do
can we
this,
restart it?
3 sets of
Yeah,
20
restart that one. Karen has two.
Hi, you want to be sitting in a really firm chair with your back straight. You put your hands out like this, like a firm position, and you twist from side to side. You do this for 20 seconds. You want to do this for 3 sets of 20 seconds each. Hi, you want to be sitting in a really firm chair.
We lost it again, Sean.
You put your hands out like this, like a firm
No, she's
position.
still playing in my background, yeah.
Twist from side to side. You do this for
Okay. Did that work? That was fine.
That one did, but her second one isn't playing.
Yeah, you
Okay.
probably have to go back and do the same.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it right now.
Yep, and pick that video.
this exercise. You want to put your arms straight in front of you. Be sitting on a real solid chair. Keep your back straight and you pulse your leg.
Is that showing?
Yes.
This way. You do this for 20 seconds and you want to do this 3 sets of 20 seconds each.
Okay.
All right, Sean, thank you. And Karen, thank you so much. And yes, to answer your question, videos will be available on the Pompe Alliance website, also the Pompe Alliance YouTube. And Sean, would you start Jake's? Yes.
I'm gonna get the other one up. My apologies. I thought I could have just pulled it right up on just from opening the file, but this is not. Okay. Let me share this now.
I'm gonna let you watch Jake, and then I'll tell you, I don't want to kind of interrupt him. His first one is a tricep over the head. Hold the weight above your head and slowly move it behind your head using your elbows. Not move your shoulders. And next he's forming a lateral raise, raising both weights in both hands, arms straight out to the side, lifting the weights up and down at the same time. And lastly, he's showing a bicep curl with your arms at your side, and either he is doing it together or alternating. Use a light weight performing these, or you can use a soup can if you don't have weights. Thank you, Jake. And the next one for our seated is Anna. Anna's going to show us some stuff for the abdominals. Hi, everyone. This is Dana.
On it on right now. Okay, no, it doesn't want to.
Anna. She's doing the last of our seated exercises. Sit in a sturdy chair, holding on to both sides. Lift your legs in front and bicycle them. You can go both ways, bicycling forward or bicycling backwards. You may also do these with one leg at a time. Both legs at the same time is a little bit more challenging. Next, bend your knees and then straighten your legs out in front. You may also do this one leg at a time. 2 legs is a little bit more challenging. Finally, Dana is demonstrating an exercise for the trunk. The setup is the same as above. She's crossing her arms over her chest and giving herself a hug. Then lean back and stretch, work in your abdominals. Thank you, Dana.
Awesome.
And next up are our standing exercises. Please use a firm chair back or a kitchen countertop for support. And our first standing is Sean Kelly. Dana, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Okay. All right, Sean, I think you moderated your own video.
Yes. You're just gonna hold on to the thing, the counter, and you're just gonna lift up on your tippy toes. And you're gonna do that a few times. You're gonna do about, let's say like 3 sets of 10. And that's it. Okay, and then I'll go to the next one.
Sean, I think both of yours were on the same video. I don't think you had 2 videos, did you?
Yeah, there were 2 separate videos.
1 video? Oh, there were 2? Okay.
2 separate, yeah. Share this one. Knee lifts. So you're just gonna hold on to the counter, kind of step back a little bit. And then you want to just bring your knee up to your chest. You go 1. You're gonna do that on each leg. So you do the second, same thing. And then again, same thing, you're gonna do 3 sets of 10 on that as well. And that's it.
Great. All right, Sean, next up are Sean Doors videos. Like Vanessa did, I don't think he moderated his own video, so I'm going to let you guys watch and then I'll explain after, but I'll kind of tell you what the exercise is while he's doing it. The first one he's going to show is, this one's a bit challenging. It's called the Sphinx against the wall. So he's putting his forearms on the wall. And then he's extending his elbows, pushing his body weight away from the wall. His back is straight and his abdominals are tight. So this is a lot of work for the trunk, the abdominals, and the arms. I would start with 5 to 8 reps. As usual, as Vanessa said, do what you can. You can modify the exercise, the reps, the sets to be more or less to meet your needs. The second one he's doing is a wall plank. He's hovering with his elbows slightly off the wall with the body nice and straight. So this works most of the muscles in the body, including the abdominals, the shoulders, the legs, a little bit of everything. I would start with 30 seconds and work your way up to 60. Both of these exercises are pretty challenging. So on the wall plank, the further your feet are away from the wall, the more challenging it is as well. So the next set of exercises are from Stephen Crink.
No, you still have, I'm
I
sorry.
think we get another
you
Sean
still have one
Dower.
more from Sean.
Oh, we've got one more. Thank you.
Yeah.
He's doing a push-up. So his shoulders are a little bit flexed with the arms overhead. If you needed this exercise to be easier, you could have your hands more in line with your shoulders. But that's a wall push-up there. And just like on the plank, sorry, I was kind of reading through my really long description here. To make the push-up more difficult, you bring your feet further away from the wall. If you need it easier, you bring your feet closer to the wall. So now we have our next set from Stephen Crink, and I'll be talking a little bit about those while he's doing them. So he is here about to do a mountain climber. So very similar to what Sean did with the knee lifts, but you see how his body's at a pretty big angle. That's what I was talking about. Bringing the feet further away from you makes things more challenging. So he's alternating, and he's bringing his knees right up towards his belly button. So on that, maybe try 10 reps, 2 to 3 sets, and you can always do more or less. You could do that on a kitchen countertop or with your hands against the wall as well. All right. So he's demonstrating it around well, we're about to see the around the body pass.
This thing doesn't want to play.
He's using a free weight. You could use anything. I've got a little ball here. You could pass that around your body. You could use a weighted ball.
This does not want to play. I don't know why. There we go. Finally.
There he goes. This is good for coordination. I would start with 5 reps, 1 to 2 sets. Coordination, arms, trunk stability. It's working a lot of different things here. So you could do it standing or seated. And again, you don't have to use a really heavy weight like he's using. You can use a lighter weight.
The only thing I would mention on that is just go both directions. Go one
What's
way,
that?
then the other way.
Oh yeah, go both ways. Definitely go both ways. All right, next.
Actually, that was Vanessa.
Yep, Vanessa's up, and these are moderated in the video.
Hi, everyone. This is demonstrating a wall sit. You're going to lean back against the wall with your hips and knees bent. Keep your abdominals tight. Hold for 30 seconds, eventually moving up to holding for 60 seconds. Second, she's going to demonstrate toe taps. You're going to start with your bottom against the wall. Keep your legs straight. Slowly raise and lower your toes, working the front of each leg. You can do these unilateral or bilateral. That means 1 foot at a time or 2 feet together. Start with 10 reps on each side. Progress to 2 sets of 10. Hold the dorsiflexion. That just means toes lifted at the top for just a second. This is a very important exercise for lifting the feet and toes while you are walking.
Right, one more.
Before
and
you
it's
move
me.
on to the next video, so in that video we just saw, Vanessa was doing some toe taps. I know there are patients in the community that cannot lift their toes like that. I used to be one of them. And so one of the things, so can you talk a little bit about what patients can do to help work on those muscles to help them to be able to get to the point where they can do those toe taps? Did that make sense?
Yes. I mean, can you hear me? Making sure I'm not
Yes.
on mute.
Yes, I can hear
Okay.
you.
I might actually start trying to do those non-weight bearing. You could even just do them laying down, like pretend my hand is my foot, just maybe trying to move your toes back and forth. It's going to be more difficult when you're weight bearing like Vanessa was with the back against the wall. Once you're able to lay down and pull your toes back, then maybe adding a band onto the foot. You'd have to anchor your band to something, and you can pull a really light band back. And then eventually sitting putting your feet on the floor, and then ultimately doing it standing up. So progressing it that way from non-weight bearing to weight bearing might be helpful. Were you able to pull your toes back just laying down, like sitting in the bed, pulling your toes back?
So at one point, no, not really. I can now, but that's years of working in physical therapy and doing my own exercises outside of physical therapy. But I was not for a long time able to, to flex my feet or do raise my toes off the ground at all. I can do that now. But it was a lot of work to get to being able to do that. I don't know that I could do it with my weight. I haven't tried that, so that'll be something I have to try. But I can sit on the sofa and raise my feet off the floor. With the band, I can push my feet down or raise them up. But I haven't tried it doing leaning against the wall like that.
Okay. Yeah, I would say getting little bits of range of motion, non-weight bearing first. It would,
Okay.
I don't know if you recall what your physical therapist did with you. Is that kind of how they started working with you? Was on a mat, just laying down, and maybe sometimes tapping the toes or getting some like manual assistance with it can help your brain connect the muscles to work.
We started with the seated and trying to lift my toes off the ground that way. And then we progressed to doing some band work.
Mhm.
And now, and I actually, what I do sometimes in physical therapy is they have one of those machines and I lay on my back and I put my feet up on it and then I can push myself up and down. And so we do that also. And actually I'm really proud of myself. I can do that with one leg.
Okay, that's great. That's great. Good question. I think we have one more video, which is just me demonstrating a back stretch.
If you've been sitting at your computer all day, kind of slouched over with your fingers flexed, try sitting up nice and tall. Lift your breastbone up. You're going to hold your arms up in this cactus position. Squeeze your elbows back, kind of squeezing your shoulder blades together. Think of tucking your chin in so your head is not dropping forward. Squeeze, hold. 2 to 3 seconds. Relax. Go again. Ideally doing this 5 to 10 reps, and then you can get back to your work. And when you feel tight again, go back to it. Thank you.
That's it.
It's that. Dana, do you want to do the closing remarks?
Yeah, I'd like to say that Sean wasn't sure how to say the name of my degree, and it's physiology and kinesiology. I wanted to explain what it means because a lot of people don't know what it means. Physiology, I studied in grad school, just human physiology and the makeup of the human body as it pertains to movement. So kinesiology just means movement. So I know all the ins and outs of how the body works when it's moving. So I wanted to clarify that. And then my favorite quote is, it's not the load that breaks you down, it's the way you carry it. So I just always like to encourage people to keep moving. You just got to keep moving forward. And it was a pleasure sharing the exercises with you guys. I was thrilled. Vanessa put so much time into helping coordinate everyone. Last year when we did this, Vanessa and I demonstrated all the exercises together, but I just thought it was really wonderful to have other people in the community demonstrating exercises, and I commend Vanessa for recruiting people to do that. So that was really nice. And I guess we'll just open up the floor for questions right now. about particular exercises or anything pertaining to exercise or movement.
Also, Dana, do we want to put your email address in the chat? I can do that if you like.
Yeah, you can.
Okay. So if you have any other questions or two, when you're going through the exercise descriptions that we've sent out through email, if something you have a question about, Dana will be happy to.
Yeah, I'm
answer
happy
you.
to answer it.
I had a quick question. On the one, like you were talking with Heather too about kind of stretching the toes up. I was told that my like calf muscles are really tight, so I don't pull my legs up real good. So I was shown by a physical therapist to kind of lean against the kitchen counter or a sturdy chair and just kind of put one leg back and kind of lean forward to kind of pull my ankle up like that or my foot up. And so that was more of a stretching thing. So I think I would combine that with some of the things would that be a good idea?
100%, Karen. Sorry, that was loud. If the back of the lower leg is tight, it's going to affect the way the front of the lower leg moves. So by stretching your calves, leaning against a wall with your heel down, or if you had a step, just dropping your heel down off the step, stretching the calves, 100%, that would help you be able to lift your toes up better.
Okay.
That was a good observation on your part.
Right. I thought that was familiar, but thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, for those that didn't see that, this will be on the Pompe Alliance. We'll have all the videos and also on the YouTube channel.
Dana, so do you have any advice or questions? I'm a big proponent of interviewing your doctor, your therapist, whatever, when you're starting out. Do you have any suggestions of things that people may want to ask when they're looking or look for when they're looking for a physical therapist, someone that can help them address their specific needs as it relates to Pompe?
I would say to that, it's probably better to have a therapist or a physiologist that has a bit more experience, that's worked with a lot of different types of people and people with disabilities, that hopefully has a passion for it, and you can usually tell. And then, of course, to do physical therapy, at least in the state of Florida, you have to have a doctorate. If you're working with an exercise professional, most personal trainers, Pilates and yoga teachers do not have as much education as I have. I've kind of really went above and beyond what the minimal requirement is, but I would say the minimum you would be looking for is a certification from a governing body like American Colleges of Sports Medicine, or there's a few different ones. There's 3 different ones. If anyone's interested, I can maybe put it in an email or something. NASM is another organization, National Association of Sports Medicine. Sorry, I was just trying to think. There's 3 big ones. So experience working with people that have special needs or disabilities, education ideally, and at a minimum, a certification with a reputable governing body, because unfortunately, you can get trained to work with people in a gym setting in a weekend course. In some states, it's probably more regulated than in the state of Florida, but not always. So you guys were talking about exercise and what your doctors have to say about exercise for people with Pompe. And I remember last year someone opened with that question. So before I came on the call tonight, I kind of made a running list of good things about exercise, not just for people with Pompe, but for all people. So I'll go over that real quick while I'm speaking. The first one I have is mental health. So there's an endorphin release. The endorphins make your body feel good. Also, it boosts levels of certain hormones called dopamine, serotonin, and oxytocin. You do want to work on your muscle strength, endurance, and flexibility. Those things will help you with your activities of daily living. It will help increase your bone density because as we all age, our bones get softer. So if your muscles are weak and your bones are weak, that really presents a problem. Exercise helps keep diabetes away by regulating your blood sugar. It decreases your blood pressure and cholesterol, which those things, if they're too high, can lead to heart disease. And it could potentially help stave off the negative effects of the disease progression just by keeping your body strong and all of your bodily systems working right. So that's something Vanessa and I had talked about recently, and I specifically remember that question from last year because I do think there are physicians that say don't exercise. I don't think all doctors are dummies, but not all doctors appreciate how important movement is and how important nutrition is. It just depends on who you get. So I'll open up the floor for more questions.
Just a quick comment on what you had just said about a lot of doctors say don't exercise. I've always been told by my doctors, don't exercise to the point of pain. Just, more stretching and exercising. You don't want to overuse our muscles. So that was one comment I kind of, like, you wouldn't want to try to run a mile if you can't walk a block kind of thing. So.
That's correct. Karen brings up a good point. When you exercise too vigorously, it actually breaks down your muscles before they can repair. And you already have damage to your muscles. So you do not want to exercise so intensely or so vigorously that there's a breakdown of the muscle. So low impact exercise, flexibility training, working under the guidance of a doctor, a physical therapist, a qualified exercise professional, I think is perfectly safe, just not too hard of exercise. Okay.
Anybody else?
I think Vanessa sent out, oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say thank you, Dana, for that list. Because I think it is important for people to recognize that you can move and not be lifting weights.
Correct.
Part of the reason I got my dog is because I feel like in the time I've been back from Singapore, I've become more sedimentary, and I've gained weight, and it's making it harder for me to exercise because with the weight gain has brought pain and muscle stiffness. But the dog makes me go outside multiple times a day to take her for a walk. And so I'm getting off the couch. It's hard, but I have to do it. And so I'm not doing the same level of exercise I was doing at this time last year, which is disappointing. And I want to get back to that, but it's starting with taking my dog out for a walk multiple times a day. The weather here doesn't help either, but I mean, she has to go out regardless. So, but it's movement without lifting weights, or as Karen said, walking a mile. And so I appreciate that list because I think it's very important for people to recognize that you can still move and you can still reap the benefits of that movement without doing a strenuous workout.
So true. We were made to move. We weren't made to be sedentary. And we have a big picture in our gym of this really cute lab holding his leash, and it says the ultimate exercise machine. So I love that. A dog is a good excuse to move. And I was just going to say, I think Vanessa sent out a list of all the exercises we did tonight with the description. And it also says on this list what muscles you're working or stretching on it. So if you guys want to take a look at that when you're looking at the videos, it might help you figure out what you're doing.
And if anybody didn't get a copy or wants another copy, just please let me know. I thought I got everybody, but I may not have. So. Dana, you've been fantastic as usual.
Thank you,
Dana.
Vanessa.
We always have fun. We have fun. We laugh and we cut up and it's great. I appreciate you.
There don't seem to be as many questions tonight.
No, I have a feeling a lot of people are
My
going
group.
to watch it online. So we had a lot that signed up that I did not recognize the name. So I wondered if they're from a different country, maybe a different time zone.
Okay.
Well, and the important thing, I think, and that like Vanessa, you and Dana did a really great job of putting these videos together. I really appreciate it. And then Vanessa sending out that sheet, in addition to people being able to see the videos. We had 41 people register. 41 people received that information that you sent to them, Vanessa, and then everybody will be able to view the videos on our YouTube channel. So even though we didn't have as many people, I think last time we had a much bigger group. So even though we didn't have a very large group this time, I still think it will reach lots of people.
Right, I agree, Heather. The ones that couldn't make it, at least they have the list and they go on and view the videos. Can we check on the volume though? There was something wrong with the volume on a lot of the videos. So before we post it on YouTube, let's check the volume and see what's going on. Some of them were great. Some of them were just really low or they broke up. It's hard to hear.
I think it was just the way they were recorded. I can't, because they were
Yeah.
playing, like some were playing lower on my end as well. So
Yeah, we'll play with it until we can do. I wanted to be a little bit clearer.